Venice, Louisiana, redfish capital of the world. Wade and some of the Cabela's pro staff have wrapped up the Cabela's Partnership Summit, and now we're taking a few extra days to fish the bountiful marshes of Louisiana.
The Louisiana marshes are a great favorite, a great passion of mine, a great destination for me every year. I love to get down there. And when I have an opportunity to go sight fishing or somewhat sight casting for reds, I absolutely get so excited. And that's why when I'm running in the marshes or I'm casting and looking in the marshes, it's just every turn of the head, every direction I look, I expect to see one floating there. And when you're doing the sight fishing techniques in and around Venice, you know, a lot of times you're looking for shadows, you're looking for shapes, you're looking for color changes and stuff. It's not always the prototypical tailing scenario that you see or that you're dreaming of. It's just targeting spots or movements or things that look like redfish. And there's so many different ways to do that when it comes to being a fisherman, whether you're throwing you know, soft plastics, whether you're throwing spoons, whether you're tossing you know, topwater baits or whatever it may be out in front of them. When you get one to turn on it, it's an instantaneous strike and reaction that leaves you mind-boggled and excited and always looking for the next one.
Oh, there he is.
That's a big one there.
Oh.
That's a big one. You want me to net him?
I think I can get him if I never get him up. How pretty is that? Ow. Awesome. Man, that'll catch you off guard, and we're kind of up here looking for them in this shallow water. And I was looking up here around the bank and just threw kind of out in the middle of that grass and reeling this little spinnerbait through there, and I mean, he crushed it. Where'd you get the pliers? Yep. Get this grass off of him. Man, what a beautiful fish.
Turn me into the cameraman. That one there was so pretty I couldn't resist getting some shots of him. That was a pretty one there. I mean, that big old orange color, that never gets old. I love that color of those. The only problem with that? You're probably in trouble because that was a keeper.
Oh, was it really? Oh, he was gonna be mad at me.
No deer can't feed. You know, one of the greatest things about going to Louisiana is the ability to catch keepers and fill your freezer, in my opinion. That's one of the things I look forward to. The summertime aspect of it is going down there and catching those keeper-sized reds. Typically, you're gonna be catching those inside the marsh, and we're taking them back and then we'll cook them at deer camp right in the middle of deer season. You know, be out deer hunting, come in, have a great fish fry after some cool deer hunts right there at the camp. So anytime I get a chance to head to Louisiana and look at filling my freezer, I'm always excited about that. You know, when you get in a shallow water fishing situation and you're trying to, you know, spot the fish, you're trying to look for holes in the grass, you're trying to look for targets and things along those lines, when it's cloudy, it makes it very difficult to be able to find success, to be able to see those fish. So, you know, you're trying to get that sun at the perfect angle, you're trying to block some of that wind while you're looking, and while it's hunting at its purest form, sometimes it can also be frustrating.
So, I mean, you got like 30 seconds to look, and then the sun goes behind the cloud.
Well, the wind is hurting you too. It's as bad, you know. You sight fish and you got wind like this, it makes it a little tough.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, you know, there's several hundred swimming around out there. It's just a matter of spotting one and getting in front of him.
Yep.
There's so many marshes in Louisiana. You know, all over it that people can go fish and do this. And you don't have to have the biggest boat in the world. That's where some of the aluminums play a big factor.
And when we return, we'll see the newest Ranger aluminum boat in action. All that and more here on the Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook.
It's in our stomping grounds and our playground. It's in our sights and our commitment. It's in him, it was in them, and it will continue with her. It's in my nature. Is it in yours?
Oh, nice shot.
You put the cool in life. We put the cool in coolers. Arctic ice.
Engineered to excel, the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series are built for the ultimate ownership experience. It's a commitment to excellence packed with real-world advantages and exclusive features. Experience the accelerated performance standards of the legendary Ranger Z series. From first light to last cast, they're put together to set you apart. Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here.
When it comes to the most reliable outboard power, the choice is clear. And right now, that choice means even more during Yamaha Outboard's Choose Reliability sales event. When you purchase any qualifying Yamaha outboard, you choose between 5 years of Yamaha warranty protection or up to $1,500 in Yamaha dealer credit. Whichever you choose, one thing is for sure. You choose reliability. Yamaha's Choose Reliability sales event, going on at your Yamaha outboard dealer now.
Let's get down to business. Quiet, you sons of fishes. Now, what?
I'm switching sonar.
Why?
Cause now I can see fish swimming live in front of my boat. I even see fish attack my lure. Y'all's sonar's just history. I'm out.
I'm with him.
The Fisherman's Handbook is brought to you in part by Cabela's. It's in your nature. Yamaha Marine. Reliability starts here. And by Ranger Boats. Still building legends, one at a time. Wade and the Cabela's pro staff are out here fishing in the shallow marshes of Louisiana. Jeff Reynolds and Clark Wendlandt have decided to go out in a Ranger aluminum boat to see how it handles these shallow waters.
We're in Venice, Louisiana. I'm with my great friend Jeff Reynolds, just a couple of bass fishermen coming down here to see if we can catch some redfish. Ought to be fun.
Oh man, is this place not off the chart? I mean, just all kinds of fish. There's bass down here, redfish, flounder. I mean, there's no telling us what we might catch, but I don't think we care.
We don't care. We're gonna catch whatever we can. We're gonna haul them in, we're gonna eat them. But the thing about it is, we're just bass fishermen, and what we're gonna see if we can do is use more or less bass techniques and see if we can figure out how to catch redfish doing that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's heavy line the way me and you both like to fish, power fishing, you know, throwing spinner baits or swim baits or something like that. Braided line, big rods, horse them out. That's gonna be fun.
Let's do it. The opportunity to go fishing with Jeff in Venice, to me, I mean, I knew it was gonna be perfect. Put on top of that, we're in the Ranger aluminum, and that boat drafts really shallow. I've had the opportunity to fish it a little bit in Texas in saltwater, and I love that boat. It runs rough water really well. It gets really, really shallow.
You know, the aluminum line of boats at Ranger, just, I mean, unbelievable. How shallow they float, the way they're built, the storage they have in them. We had plenty of room for our tackle, our rod and reels, our cooler. I mean, we had all the room we needed, just a great built boat. You'll see on the show some of the water we were getting into. You know, it gets down to real skinny water, roseau cane everywhere, grass everywhere, and to float that boat around in there and catch some of them reds, I mean, what a blast.
There's a bull right there.
Oh, man.
You got it.
There he is. Dude, he knocked slack in that thing and missed it, and then come back and got it.
He hit it so hard. Jeff slings a spinnerbait up there, shallow cane, I mean perfect, and one just smokes that spinnerbait. I mean, smokes it. And when I say smoke it, when he bit it, he moved so far, Jeff thought he missed the bait. And he's sitting there reeling, trying to catch up with him.
I mean, you're kind of at their mercy when you hook into one of these. Hey, that's a good one. Oh. You know, Clark, I mean, you can come down here with any kind of tackle and do this. Bass tackle, you know, rod and reels works fine. But it does make a difference to be equipped right to fight these big suckers. Because, I mean, you got to have a reel that's got a good drag on it and a rod that can handle it. Look at that. Isn't that pretty?
That's a start.
Oh! Did you just see him bite me? Definitely have a good set of pliers too, because you will use them a bunch. Look at that. That's awesome, man. What is that?
That's a good way to start the day.
That's a perfect
Hey,
way.
when you've been out here for 10 minutes and you catch one like that, you kind of know it's going to be a good day.
Oh yeah, that's you too.
He's going to be over. We're going to have to let him go.
That's hardly the case for me, is catching them too big, but hey, it's still fun. Mr. Red, I appreciate it, buddy. Oh, he still had plenty of fight left in him. Usually these things fight so hard, they wear themselves out, because it may take you 5 or 10 minutes to get one in. It just depends on how hard they want to fight. But a lot of times what you want to do, when you put them in the water, grab them by the tail and just let them swim around a little bit. Help them swim around a little bit till they get going, and they'll take off themselves like you've seen him do. I didn't fight him long enough. You know, these baits I've caught these last couple on is just a big bite baits. That's what they are, and it's just a small cane thumper. And I mean, they get tore up pretty good, but the thing is they're so soft and they have a lot of action. And I never mind sacrificing baits to catch fish. That's just the price you gotta pay for a soft bait. You go through a lot of them, but they catch fish. That's pretty much it. Throw it out there and reel it in and hang on. All right, I'm ready for another one.
Let's do it.
More action from the marshes of Louisiana when we return, here on the Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook.
Ingle's got the original high-performance cooler and a whole lot more. Ingle coolers, go with the original.
Hobie's Mirage Drive kayaks set the standard for fun on the water. Whether your passion is fishing, sailing, or recreational adventure, Hobie's got a kayak for you. Hobie's Mirage Drive mimics nature's proven designs for efficient and powerful propulsion and enhances your kayaking experience. Mirage Power, Mirage Performance, Mirage Drive. Hobie, enjoy the ride.
And I talk about sunline, I think of one word: confidence.
Sunline FX2 is what I use for all of my frogging and flipping.
S61 braid, which braid plays a big part in fishing line.
Shooter, I'm going to use in those close quarter deals like flipping and pitching.
One of my favorite techniques in fishing the tournament trail is to fish offshore ledges.
We have taken the questions out of the equation.
Take my word for it. It works. It works, dude.
The Fisherman's Handbook is brought to you in part by Garmin, fight your fish, not your fish finder. Bradley Smoker, food smoking made easy. Engel Coolers, a legend in reliability. Sawyer Products, we keep you outdoors.
You know, one of the most awesome things about fishing in the Venice, Louisiana area, basically, frankly, anywhere in Louisiana, is the opportunity to get in those marshes and catch keeper-sized redfish. I mean, those marshes, when you find the right pond, are absolutely teeming with them. And what we do with them is basically we're trying to get a few keepers to put in the freezer and bring back for hunting season when we'll have some giant fish fries out around the deer camp. I mean, that's a big passion of ours, and it's something we look forward to doing fishing-wise in August and then enjoying them come November and December. So Jeff and I literally are trying to get out in the marshes, as well as David and Clark, and fill the freezer on this type of a fishing trip.
Uh-oh, fish on.
Good one, I think. Yeah, bass.
Oh, that's a good red.
Good red, dinnertime red.
Been netting for you?
Yeah, he's a good one. I can get him, Jeff, I think.
Sure?
Yeah. I'm not gonna boat flip him, though. This is where we got our bites the other day. Come here, Marsh redfish. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Come here, buddy. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Good one.
That's so fun down here in the marsh. That is very enjoyable right there. I like to catch those bulls, and I like to catch them in the marsh. Thank you, Mr.
Is that on
Redfish.
spinnerbait?
Yep, on spinnerbait. Just letting it pause down there. Falling down in there, and he cracked it. 24. That's perfect eating size right there. We'll take him home to dinner. Oh, that's fun. You know, when you get out here in this marsh and you get a look around back here, it's like you're kind of at the end of the world. It's a paradise. And it's one of my favorite paradises to go fishing when you can get in the marsh and you get to see all the wildlife and everything that goes on, and come in here and just cast around and go fish. Sometimes you can sight cast them, sometimes you're blind casting to the cane. Right now we're fishing a way outgoing tide. You can actually see it on the Garmin where the tide shows you how fast it's falling, and you got all the grass in this area. And I mean, when you hit the right little hole and flutter that bait down, one will bite it.
I mean, you never know when you're in Louisiana, when you're gonna be in 3 foot 1 minute, and 2 hours later it might be 6 inches of water when the tide falls out. And if you're somebody like me that don't keep up with the tides, you can get stranded in a hurry.
You know, what we're trying to do right now, literally in this marsh, is monitor what the tide's doing. And you know, you can look it up at different places. We've actually got it on our Garmin, so it tells us the exact date, what the tide's doing, where we're at. You can actually always look at it and see exactly where you are for that day's tide. And right now we're on a falling tide, which is, you know, should help clear this pond up back here. And you know how this tide falling out will funnel a lot of these fish through here, clean this water up where maybe we can sight fish as the day goes on. But you know, you look at that tool of that my Garmin there, and being able to see exactly what the stage is, when it's going to bottom out, when it's going to, you know, be at high tide, is such valuable information right at your fingertips for each and every day. I mean, it tells you by the minute, for lack of a better word, here's where you are on the tide.
Let's check in with Clark Wendlandt and David Walker, as they seem to have benefited from the falling tide as well.
You're right.
He sure is.
A good one too. Yep. Now he's fixing to get mad. Oh yeah. Oh, they're shaking. Yes.
Get him in here, Dave.
Mark. Tell you what, if we were tournament redfish right now.
That'd be about him, wouldn't it?
We would be pretty excited about this one. I'll tell you, that is a nice one right there. So here we are, Clark, doing a little exploring. I think you picked a good spot.
Well, hey, it's just covering water. That's all it is. That's what we do bass fishing. I mean, when we find fish, people think, well, hey, you know, it's rocket science, but it's not. It's covering water is what it is.
Keep moving in there. Yeah, you get rewarded.
That one may keep, you think?
I don't know, we're gonna measure this.
Yeah, let's measure him. That board's right back there.
He is beautiful. He's pink. I think he's sunburned.
He may be.
A little sunblock on him. He is 27 and a half.
No, they gotta be under 27.
That's what he is, 27 and a half. All righty. Here we go. Great looking fish right there. And we're gonna let him grow up to be one of those 40 pounders that are out there. That was kind of fun. I'll do that again.
We wrap up our trip in Louisiana when the Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook returns.
What I love about the Bradley Smoker is that it cooks everything perfectly and it holds all the juices in.
So today we are going to be smoking some barbecue ribs, some venison sausage, and some dove, which is awesome.
You will never grill me doves again. I have to have them in the Bradley Smoker. I would prefer to use the Bradley Smoker every time I cooked. Well, that's really true because I love this thing. Okay. No lie. For more recipes, log on to bradleysmoker.com.
Gill that I've used for the last 5 years has been a far superior product than anything else on the market.
The main thing that's really important to me is me being dry. I've been wearing gill suits now for 3 years and never once have I gotten wet.
Heavy duty, rugged, and designed for the big game hunter and angler. The Food Saver Game Saver Titanium Vacuum Sealer has the power and performance to seal in the freshness of your game and fish for up to 3 years, 5 times longer than standard storage methods. And with its extra-wide dual and repetitive sealing capabilities, that's a ton of big game savings. Tough tested and rated 4.8 out of 5 stars by outdoorsmen just like you. The Food Saver Titanium System, it's a true game changer.
There's two things between an angler and the fish, the sun and the bugs. Sawyer's line of sunscreens and bug sprays keep you focused on the fish. Sawyer's Stay Put sunscreen formula bonds with your skin for a more comfortable and better level protection. And picaridin insect repellent will only harm the bugs, never your fishing gear. Also, Sawyer permethrin repels and kills on contact over 55 species of insects. You're already outdoors. Sawyer keeps you there.
The Fisherman's Handbook is brought to you in part by Arctic Ice. We put the cool in coolers. Bubba Blade, the ultimate sportsman's knife and carving machine. Spro, sports professionals.
You know, sight fishing for redfish, I mean, that's a huge passion of mine. And if you've ever done it one time and you've seen one redfish react to it, it's something you want to do time and time again. And the marshes in and around Venice are, you know, perfectly set up and situated for that type of fishing. You know, there's gonna be areas where you're gonna find clean water, you're gonna find areas where the tide may have muddied it up or the wind may have changed it, so you're kinda bobbing and weaving, you're covering a lot of ground looking for the right locations, but when you can find the right little pocket, it might be the dead-end canal, it might be the back of a little pond, it might just be a little point in one of the big ponds there. When you can find a location that's holding a lot of redfish and you can see them floating out there and you can make a cast that has one of those big reds turn and react to the bait, you're hooked for life.
There's one.
Oh, good job. Big fire poles back here. Need the net on him?
Oh, I got him. He's a small one. But I think he's a good eater.
I tell you, that's half the battle right now. Such a fun bite. They knock so much slack in your line when you're reeling through there.
Well, they do. That is fun. On the little cane thumper. Man, we were hoping to get in here and sight fish some of these, but as you can see, it's a lot of clouds, so just have to chunk around. Hope we can catch one.
One thing about down here, you're gonna want to hydrate every time you go out. We drink, I mean, we'll take a case and a half of water, fill it up in our cooler, you know, throw a couple of Arctic ice in there, and that's kind of the way we prepare for a full day on the water when we go out. Throw some snacks in there. I mean, I got some leftover hamburgers that Angel made earlier for us, and that way we can make it an all-day trip and know everything's gonna be fresh and cold. I tend to always end up in Venice, Louisiana at least one time each year, and there's a lot of great reasons why. It's widely regarded as the redfish capital of the world, and that's a well-earned and rightfully so title, because it's just an area that, for whatever reason, the redfish call home.
That'll do it for us here on Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook. We'll see you next time.
They're gonna be back there in the back. Sometimes when you're fishing with your friends, you have to take a break, let him do all the work. He's driving the trolling motor right now. Look at him, he's getting all the grass off of it. I'm back here enjoying a drink. I kind of feel bad, but not really.